It's okay.
Okay, you are here to start a new immersion, sixth immersion. Today, I'm here to guide this conversation. Today, we are talking about eating out. Do you like to eat out? Which time do you usually to eat it out? I will talking about a little bit for the person you are watching this video from YouTube. Talking Talk is a platform, a conversation platform for beginners, intermediates, and advanced talkers in English, Spanish, Italian, and French. Here you have this space to make your practica. You can talk without fears to make mistake, because this place is a safe place to make mistake and learn together. And we have here more or less 10 questions to guide this conversation. You can use this question or not. Sometimes you will use the question, sometimes you go for another argument. Don't matter. The argument is important is make the conversation and make our practica. And here, our question. You can start our conversation with a little presentation. Sandro, please present yourself.
Sure. Good morning, guys. My name is Sandro. I live in Louveira, countryside of São Paulo state. I'm 45 years old. I work as a information technology professional since 1998, about. And then I am ready to start my conversation class nowadays.
Thank you. And you, Bruna, present yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bruna. I live in Brasilia. I'm married. I have 2 sons. I graduated in physiotherapy and physical education. I work in public service. In my free time, I like to ride a bike. What else? Dance, read a book. Nowadays, I read this book. I know if you know about it. It's terrible.
Oh, coragem.
Possible? It's so good. I like this type, the subject. I think it's very important to sometimes read different kind of book, because this is about the individual develop. I think it's very important. Personal develop. That's it. It's very interesting. And of course, I love it to eat.
Nice. I'm Rosalia. I'm 55 years old. I live in Joinville. I'm married. I have 2 children. I'm not working out often anymore. I'm studying English, Italian, and Spanish for passion, because I like so much to know another country, another culture. Then I wanted to use this chronology about the languages when I am traveling. Then I would like to use that. And about the eating, how often do you use eating out, son? How often?
For me nowadays, not so much. Before pandemic, as I went to the office every day, I eat out during the lunch every day. But nowadays I work from home all the time, and for me it's we are cooking in our own home, and eating out is just on the weekends, on Fridays. Sometimes there is no a well-defined frequency. It depends on our mood or situation and the like. It's common to ask for food, to delivery from and eating at home. But most of the time we are cooking our own meals.
You said in time ago you usually eat all the time, almost every day out, and then today you are cooking your own food. You have realized the difference in your health now than the past?
Oh yes, eating homemade food, it's better than eating out every day. Every day, it's usually eat more. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of salad.
Salad.
Yes, I eat
Vegetable.
more vegetables, lettuce, and others. I prefer. I noticed it's healthier than eating out.
Yeah, because when you are going to eat out all the day, more or less all the day, it's difficult to choose on only the foods, health food, because are there, then you see you want to eat, then it's difficult to make this control.
A lot of options. A lot
Yeah,
of options.
a lot of options in the house and at home. You can cook, you can choose only the health food. Is different. And you, Bruna, do you usually eat out?
I love eat out, but I think it's some very expensive, and no, it's not common, not often. I think it's maybe 4 time a month I'm eat out. When I go to work in person, I take a lunchbox, maybe marmita, and I prefer. And that's it. Maybe it's hardly order and deliver. I don't like too much. If I want to eat different things, for example, I prefer to go out, and then I prefer to go out than to order something. I don't know why. I like to the place, a specific
Yeah,
place, and I think it's the moment the more relaxed.
nice. For me, depend of the week, because I'm leaving only my husband and me. Then it's difficult to cook all the day. Then depend of the day, you don't have nothing right at home. Then you go there and order some food, box food, like you said, marmite. I don't know, but that is a place that we know this place. Then it's okay. You ask for that. So it's not so expensive, because it's 10 real one box, because it's only the salad, some a little food, because I like to make another thing at home, then put together, and it's okay. It's not so expensive. Then you can eat it out, more or less, like eating out. Don't cook it off every day. But it's only one time or once a week, because I don't know. I don't like to eat another food that I don't see how it's are cooking. I like to cook my own food, because I don't know it's using oil that I don't use at home. Oil I don't use some type of that I don't know how to they are used at. Oh, Bell, more people coming. I'm accepted. Morning, Bell. Morning, Aline. Aline, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good
Okay.
morning, but I came now and I don't know in what question you are.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm sleepy. So I have many difficult to wake up. That's
Don't worry.
but I'm okay.
Okay, don't worry. Morning, Belle. How are you today? You are muted.
Oh, I think it's the mic. The mic is have a problem.
Your microphone. Microphone. More or less. Have a noise. I don't know. Okay, you can fit. I can listen to. Okay. You can continue. Okay. Aline, can you answer the question? How often do you eat out?
Sure.
Oh, you put this question.
Almost every day, in fact, I eat out because I receive a food benefit. So I need to spend this in somewhere. So I go in a vegan restaurant next to my house, and almost every day.
Okay. I think I have a little problem. I don't know if you understood everything, Bruno, because I think I have some problem to understand.
No, I understand that Aline said.
Okay, I think I have a little noise at my
Your headset. Maybe
my
I don't have
headset.
problem
Okay.
here
Okay.
about this.
Okay. Belle.
So it's better?
Okay.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
nice.
I need to fix that because my headphones don't work
Okay.
very well. Yeah.
Maybe.
So, but I'm okay. I'm good, guys. Yeah. And I'm back to Salvador, and I'm back yesterday. Was
Yeah.
a long day, like a travel. Yeah. But I'm at home, and yeah, it's a good day.
Okay. Can you answer the first question? How often do you
Okay,
eat
so
out?
yeah, so how often do you eat out? So normally I think 1 or 2 times per month, depend of the celebration. It's not common for me. I like it, but it's just a specific situation. Yeah.
Would you like to eat out every day? Do you think it's worth eating out instead of cooking nowadays? What do you think about it?
I prefer cooking and eating at home. Like, oh, I want to eat something different, like a Japanese food. I prefer order via apps, yeah, and eat with my family at my home. I prefer, it's more comfortable.
Okay, nice. But I was talking about the or to cooking or not nowadays because of the price. Do you think it's so expensive nowadays? It's not only a specific food, like you said, this specific food, but the normal food,
To
like
cook at home?
only the cooked trivial of the day.
Yeah, I prefer to cook at home. It's more healthy and it's more cheap too. Yeah, because to order food, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And by the way, nowadays my mother live with me, and I love your when she cooks for me and my sister. It's amazing. For example, when yesterday when I'm back for home, she cooking soup for me, and I love it, soup. And I was so tired, and I'm back, and I take a shower and eat soup at home. And because I pass all the day in the airport, and there are a lot of kinds of food in the airport, but so expensive, and it's not a real food for me, yeah, because it's not a don't have the taste at home, and that's it.
Yeah, nice. And you, Sandra, what do you prefer?
I prefer eating at home too. Uh, I think the same reasons, the similar reasons to Bell. I don't live with my mom, but my wife cooks very well too. I like to cook as well, and I do prefer when we made our own meal. I think there is a kind of process, a process. Not only eating, but preparing is a great process too. For me, it's a kind of hobby too. I started cooking more frequently after pandemic. Before that, I cook only the basic things like rice and beans, some meat. But now I can cook another dishes, looking at the recipes. And for me, it works for us, me and my wife, works very well, and we prefer eating at home.
It's nice. Then you like to help her to cooking, or only her?
And we usually don't work together, or I cook or
Or
cook.
here?
Yeah.
Nice. And you, Bruna, how do you prefer?
Well, I prefer I prefer to eat out because it's easy, it's more interesting for me, of course, but I think it's very expensive, of course. And maybe for every day, I think it's so good for people who live alone, because if you need to buy and special vegetable, different vegetable, it doesn't, how do you say this? Tipo, os vegetais, eles não duram. For a long time, don't have a long time. So I think it's a big problem for the people who live alone. In my case, I think it's so good when I cook for my family, because we are 4 people here, so it's very common. And what else? Mother food, Bell, it's are the best, no, for me. Oh my gosh, I love too much. I have the privilege, private. Oh my gosh, help me. I have the privilege
Privilege. I think a privilege.
to
Privileges.
eat sometimes my mother's food, because she's living here in Brasilia, close me, and that's it. Every day I prefer to cook him.
Oh, nice. Just about the mother food. Not this time when I go to my mom's house, she is cooking beans. Oh my gosh! When I arrived there, then I feel the smells. I remember when I was a kid. Then I need to eat a little bit. Oh, Mom, I will eat your beans because the smell are so good. I remember the time when I was a kid. It's nice. And you, Aline, how do you prefer?
If it's a good question, because if I had someone to cook for me, I would prefer to eat homemade food, of course. But I have to cook and wash the dishes, so I prefer
eating
eat
out.
because I hate to wash the dishes. But I love cook, but I don't like the dishes who I need that I need to wash after that. So sometimes I try to find some health health food in some restaurants to eat because I don't like eat pasta or junk food. I don't eat that kind of thing. But sometimes it's difficult to find some health restaurant.
Yeah, eating out, that is a problem. If you don't know so much the restaurant, it's a problem too, because you don't know how to make these foods, how much oil that have used it to make the foods. It's a problem. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm vegan, so I avoid eat in a restaurant and that it was isn't that it isn't vegan, for example, because sometimes they cook with, I don't know how can I say that, but banha de porco. So sometimes I need to ask about all the things I will put in my plate. So it's I don't know, it's a tough way. I think I don't like that kind of things, and so I prefer vegan restaurants or vegetarian.
Okay, I didn't understand something. You don't like banha de porco?
No,
Yes,
she is
I'm
vegan.
She's
I'm
vegan.
vegan.
Oh,
Yes, so
she's
I
vegan.
don't eat
Ah,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I don't eat it, but
Because
I
I
prefer.
only use this kind of to do something. It's not for all the things, because I don't use oil. I don't use the banha, nothing for cooking. Only to make something that I use some fat that I use banha de porco. Only that.
No,
Aline, we had here in 6 a.m. immersion 6 a.m. The subject about vegetarian and then vegan.
I didn't-
Oh my gosh, it's difficult to talk about only, how do you say, as pessoas que comem de tudo.
Ah,
And I think I miss you in this moment.
yeah. Are you vegan too, Bruna?
No,
Oh, I know. Another
I
day,
love meat.
yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love meat too. Next one. Number 3. Do you usually eat fat foods, soft, sweet, spice? What is your favorite, Belle?
Just a moment. So
Yeah.
At my case, I like to cook sometimes. Nowadays, like I said before, my mother is here at my home, so my mother cooking in the most part of the time. But when I cooking something, my sister and sometimes my mother said my food there are a lot of spicy, yeah, and I love to put some spices at my food. Sometimes a salt too. I wrong the the quantity to put in the food, but yeah. So I live in Salvador, Bahia. So here it's very common to put spicy in the food, and I love that. My mother said I'm Baiana before to live in Bahia because I really like to put salt, spicy, yeah, some spice or I don't remember the name, but hot, yeah, pimenta in the food. So I
Pepper.
love.
Oh, nice. I like so much to put some spice in my food too, because I like to feel this taste. in the
Yeah, so
in the food.
like I put a lot of pepper at
Mhm.
my food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I other kinds of the spice. But it's a natural spice. I don't like used to other artificial industrial
Yeah, only
spice.
natural. Me too. I like to put onions, oil, ar garlic. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name.
Garlic,
Ar
garlic.
garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
garlic.
I discovered
Only that.
some spice like a dry spice, like paprika doce or paprika defumada. It's amazing. I love
Yeah.
paprika defumada.
But I don't like so much. My daughter-in-law likes so much to put all this spice in the food. It's difficult to eat because when she goes come my house that she's to cook for she cooks for us, then put all the spice in the cook. It's amazing, but on only once because all the day it's impossible to eat. And you, Bruna, how to like to eat?
It's very interesting question because I love sweet, but I needed to be more to feel the test about the salt. If I have lunch, when I have a lunch and after the dessert, for example, I need to eat something salt because I prefer the taste, the salty. That's it.
After sweet.
After the sweet, that's
Oh,
it. I love sweet chocolate, for example, the other dessert, but the sweet for me it's the best. It's better when I prefer to keep in my tongue.
oh, it's interesting because I need to feel the last taste in my mouth, in my tongue. It's sweet. After to lunch, after I need to put something sweet in my mouth. Then after that, I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth because it's only the other time that I will eat. But the last one is sweet.
Brush of teeth. It's very important how do you say, to take your mind that you finish to eat.
Yeah,
I understand this
yeah.
after, because when you brush your teeth, it's the
It's the
moment
last.
yes, the last thing, and I stop to eat, and now it's possible the better digestion. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's interesting because at the night is same way. One day I don't want to eat anymore, then I go to brush the teeth, then it's okay. It's my last food for today. And you, son, how it's work for you?
Yes, I really prefer salty food with not much salt. But for me, my my weakness is about fatty food. I like to put bacon. I'm sorry, Aline, to put a lot of bacon, pork meat. For me, a meal, it's mandatory to have a kind of meat, beef or chicken or fish or pork. For me, it's important to have one of these options. And usually, I prefer to eat meat.
Mhm.
And meat, there is it's a kind of fatty, and to be complete. For example, the beans is tastier when you put bacon or sausage or something like that, and that's my weakness. That's why I have to control my cholesterol and not and avoid sometimes, because if it depends on me, I could eat eat every day, but it's not good for health. That's why I need to balance my meals.
Yeah, I agree with you. But if you eat every day meats and salads, it's okay. You can eat how
Yeah,
to
yeah,
balance with.
yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
don't
what I
have a
do.
problem.
That's
Yeah,
what I do.
yeah, it's okay. And you, Aline? I think Aline had answered this
Mm,
question. Number
No,
3?
no,
No? Okay.
not yet, no. And I usually use olive oil to cook, and I prefer salty taste. But nowadays, I've been eating a lot of sweet food, and I don't think it's healthy, and I try to avoid it. But nowadays, I can't. But I prefer salt food. I like vegetables or potatoes, fries, French fries. When I don't eat healthy, it's something I like so much. But
Yeah.
I like healthy food in general. So I try every day eat healthy food.
But you like so much to eat fast food. It's because of
Um,
the taste?
Nowadays, probably I don't like fast food because I don't have more interesting in that kind of food. But when I was young, I like so much. I use it like so much.
Very
Eat
sweet.
fast food, or I grew up in a house when all weekend it was barbecue happened. So I used to like it, but nowadays
Okay.
I really don't like that.
You have to change. Then you can realize the difference between in your health.
Yes, yes. I used to. I don't know how can I say that, but when I was young, I used had rhinite and or allergic coffee.
Mhm.
And nowadays I don't have more, and I nowadays I it's hardly I stay I I stay sick, or I get sick, for example. But when
Yes.
I was young, I get sick all the time.
Okay. It's changed now. It's how do people say you are what you are eating. Your body change when you change your way to eating. And I have another question about the fast food and the junk food. Do you know the difference between fast food and junk food? Sandra, do you know this difference? Junk food and
Be
fast
honest,
food.
to be honest, I really don't know what's the main difference between these two options.
Yeah.
For me, it's a kind of similar. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Fast food.
Fast food and
I don't.
junk food.
Yes, maybe I'm wondering about maybe, for example, there are some restaurants that serve options a la carte that
Yeah.
that's fast but not junky. For example,
Yeah.
girafas. I don't know.
Mhm.
There is options with salads, with meat. I don't know, and sometimes it's very fast. Junky food maybe is related to sandwiches, like kind of McDonald's or Burger King. That's fast
Yeah.
and not so healthy. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I think this way. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Is that?
correct.
Yeah. Is that because this junk food is not fat. All the fast food is not junk food, but but this difference I don't know because like you said, it's what I think too, because like more about junk food is more about the taste. It's not health, it's only about the taste. And you, Bruna, do you know the difference?
I think as
Like,
Sandro said,
like say,
yes, because the junk food for me, for example, we have the potatoes, the French fries, and in the Pringles, for example, it's for me it's not a fast food, but
okay.
it's a junk food, And like Sandro said about, in my opinion, for example, every giraffe, McDonald's, in my opinion, in the first moment is a junk food. But Sandro said about the plate, I think it's not junk food. It's so good. It's fast because he have a specific menu, and so he very fast. But it's not junk food, in my opinion. I don't know how they make this, but it's okay. I think they put a lot of condiment, a lot of fat to cook in very fast, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it's not junk food.
Okay, nice. Belle, can you add something?
No, just it's a good question because I never thought about that, but it's important to realize the difference between them. But I agree with Bruna, Sandro, and you when we talk about fast food. It's a part of the all junk foods, yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to think about, like Sandro said, menu a la carte, yeah. When have some foods, it's a different. But for me, it's not a health food because it's just a guess, okay? Junk food maybe involve a kind of food don't have a lot of nutrients, or yeah, there are a lot of calories but don't have a nutrients, yeah. So maybe it's can be a difference, like when you go supermarket and buy something that you can prepare, just put in the microwaves, yeah. So it's not for me, it's a junk food. Can be fast, but it's not so like McDonald's when you have 2 or 3 minutes to prepare and receive the food. Yeah. And yeah, I think is that it's a different, there's a little difference.
Yeah, that's the sound put here, salt, pepper, salitro. Oh my gosh, this is the ingredients to put in the food to cook so fast. Because my brother had a restaurant for a time, then he said, the time that I used to cook a big pan of the rice, for example, I use the salt, pepper, then I can cook this enormous part of the rice in a few minutes. If I put a normal salt, it's a long time. Then imagine your body. Oh my gosh, use this all the time. Oh my gosh. I have the question here. Number 4. Do you know how to order food in English or another languages? Have you already done this? If so, what is easy to do? Bruna, I know that you had made this already. Do you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nowadays it's easy. I order food in English, and in other language, maybe in French. I think.
Already?
Yes, I don't have problem with French
Oh.
now. It's the first word that I learning in French. It's from je suis faim, because yes, I'm hungry and I need to eat something. I think it's very important you know about this.
Yeah.
So, but in the first moment, when I travel abroad, I had a problem, of course, because in the moment I didn't speak English, maybe I understand a little bit Spanish, and but I think it's it's easier when you have the fast food, for example, because it's possible you appoint the picture of menu, of course, and set the number one, number two, and I did this in my travel, and I don't have a problem, and I didn't have a problem in this moment. Nowadays, it's possible. I think it's possible go at the restaurant and look at the menu and ask order for the server, no, the
Yeah.
what garçon,
Waiter.
waiter, for the waiter.
How do you nowadays could you make this plate? Could ask for this plate? How to use to make nowadays if you go to travel?
How plate?
No, how do you could make this order today in English?
Ah,
I am a mattress. Then you.
okay. Please, sir, have I may? Oh, it's a problem, no? Oh my gosh. I don't know to order something. Oh my gosh, no. Please, may I have this plate, this food, for example?
Oh, it's okay. There is another a way to ask to Sandro. How would you make it? Would you ask for your food today?
I usually do similar to Bruna. I look at the menu and I ask, may I have this dish, this plate? That's so simple. When I traveled in the last 2 years, I had no problem to ask for food abroad.
If you don't have a menu in your hands.
In my hand?
Yes, if you don't have a menu to a point.
No, to a point, no. I don't know. I can ask for the waiter or what kind of meals the restaurant serve. I don't know. I think there is no problem.
Yeah, but I don't know how to ask. Ask to me. I wanted to listen to.
Okay. Okay, my friend. What kind of options do you have for meals today?
Oh, okay, I have this plate. I have this plate because today it's my more important plate today. I can explain how to work this plate. It's okay for you?
Yes. May I have this specific plate? I think it's interesting for me and my family nowadays.
Okay. And you, Belle?
So based in my bank accounts today, I would say, morning, can you give me water? So no, yeah. I will, it's like, yeah, can you suggest me something for day, or what options you have for me? Yeah, it's kind of the question, but I think when you have, it's hard to, nowadays we have a menu like in the QR code. Yeah, you can point your cell phone, but all the time you have suggestions, or the price of the food and the description. It's important, like you said. For me, when I go out and eat a different food in the restaurant, it's so important to know about what's how the plate was did. So I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because I consider the experience a different experience. Yeah, it's a part of the go eat out.
Yeah, If you are eating at a restaurant, it's different than you are in the street, for example. Then there you are tasting all the food in the street or the place there, but it's different than you are at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So different. And you, Aline, how to order in English or another language?
Well, depends, because I've ever ordered food abroad, and I had a lot of problems because, of course, I know how orders some food, but if the people will understand me, it's other topic. So once I asked a waitress for a croissant. I don't remember exactly, but she asked me if I wanted my croissant code hot, in, and I didn't understand. I spent a lot of time to understand. She was asking me if I wanted my croissant cold or hot. It's completely different what I learned, because in France, for example, they speak British English, and all my life I learned English, American English. So it's different. The accent is completely different. So sometimes I have some problems, but of course, I normally, when I need to ask something, I say, "Oh, can I help?" Not sorry. Um, can I get and I repeat the things I want. So, oh, can I get some pasta? What is the options? So I always started with, can I get something?
Can I get something? Or
Yeah.
that I would like to have. It's right?
Sorry.
If you ask, would you like to have some plates,
Yeah.
like that? Because I've
Yes.
never.
It's it's correct. But when I stayed abroad for a while, I listen more. Can I
Can
get
I get?
something? Can I have, or
Easy.
can I have?
Can I have?
And so yes, so I passed to use that. Oh, can I have? Can
Can
I
I
get?
get? Can I have? It's easier.
But can I have it? It's more common.
Yeah, because I've never had use the English to ask for food, something like that. Only Spanish. Then it's when you are a student, it's different than you are using. Because Aline, when you are you said that you had go to a travel had traveled abroad for a while, then you need to talk in English that you didn't understand because it's another way that you had the student. The first way is difficult, but after a while you start to understand.
Yes, depends. Cause
You are
when I
listening more.
yes, we can understand more some accent, but sometimes for me, the British accent is really hard to understand. So I spent a month in England, and when I was coming back to Brazil, I was eating in a restaurant, and the waitress offered me vinegar and salt, and I didn't understand. So I was there a month, a whole month, and I couldn't understand salt and vinegar, because the accent, it's really hard.
Oh, because when I had to go to another country to talk in Spanish, only Spanish. Oh my gosh, I need to stay one day more or less only to listen to understand the people. It's so different because they have another accent. Yeah. Oh, Bruna, go out. Okay, go. Oh, okay, go. Okay. I put here the customers. If you have some opinion, you can put to me, put here to me to give some advice. If you wanted to talk in another topic, please put here to give your opinion. Okay, I will stop our conversation. Thank you so much, Sandro, Bel, and Aline. I wanted to